Hi everyone, this is Sandy Reese with StampinCrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' demonstrator. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to try getting a little closer to the workspace with my camera. We're going to see how that goes. That was one of the comments. So I do read all of your comments on the videos. So we'll see how this goes. I have an older phone. I probably need to get a new one, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. It's on my list to do. So today we're going to make a super cute little treat bag using the Fright Night bundle. This also comes in a suite. It's an online exclusive product. And in the suite, it comes with some ribbon. And I'll show you that. We're going to use that ribbon today. Here's a little bit. It's Petunia Pop. Has this pretty iridescent shine to it. I love that it's not orange. It's a pinky purple, and you can use this all year long. Super cute for, you know, birthdays or for any occasion. Also has designer paper, which we're not going to use today, but I have a week from Saturday, I have a Halloween treat class, and once that treat class is over, I'll be showing some of those projects, and we'll be using some of that designer paper on them. And then also comes with these little glitter foam stars in the Petunia Pop black and white, which are really cute too. And they're 3 sizes. You get small, medium, large of each one. Okay, and then it also we have these, I'm not sure if this is in the suite or not, these iridescent treat bags that have a little hint of Petunia Pop to them. So because they're a little purplish, they're great for Halloween, but they'd also be good for any occasion. They'd be good for not Thanksgiving, probably not Thanksgiving. Be perfect for Christmas, for Valentine's Day, for birthdays, any occasion. Okay, so we made these treats in our workshops this month. And so when I package up a workshop, you know, if I'm making cards, we'll put all the cards in the, or all the pieces in the envelope. If we're doing a treat bag, if I include the bag, I'll throw some candy. So we got lots of Halloween candy that's going to go in this little bag. And then here are our tag pieces. So I'm going to set this aside. In the die set, it comes with 2 sizes of this shape. And so the larger shape I cut out of black, and then I embossed it with the distressed brick. If you can kind of see that texture there, the distressed brick. And then on a piece of Petunia Pop, we're going to stamp our smaller tag, the one with all the fun little characters and sentiments. And then I have a Happy Halloween that we're going to stamp on this little pumpkin pie banner, which is also included in the die set. Even though the stamp set only has the 2 tags, it has 3 sentiments and a little background stamp. In the dies, you get 3 spider webs, a spider, you get Eek and Boo, a banner, the 2 sizes, and you also get this fun little fence post and a topper for your tag to cut out the holes. I'm just going to use, for my holes, I'm going to use this punch from the trio punch that we have, just because it's a little quicker. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to stamp and then heat emboss with our Wow embossing powder. And we're going to use Versamark when you're going to do some embossing or heat embossing. Make sure I get that inked up. And then and stamp that right in the middle. Okay, and then same thing with I use my embossing buddy, and this keeps it from the powder from sticking if I have fingerprints on there. And we're going to stamp Happy Halloween. Okay, and then we're going to use our black embossing powder. And I just throw mine in a big tub. And if you keep your project in the tub, you're not going to get it all well, sometimes you do get it all over your workspace. That's just how it is. Well, I did not. Let's try that one again. It seems I'm looking for all my stuff. My tag was a little torn there. And I don't think I used my embossing buddy enough because it was sticking, and it shouldn't be sticking. Okay, let's try this one more time. Happy Halloween. That's a little higher too. I felt like it was a little lower. Okay, perfect. Your powder doesn't stick there. Whatever we have here, we're just gonna brush that off. Okay. Now we're gonna bring in our heat tool. Oh, I messed up my Fright Night. Hold on, let's fix that. Okay. And then we have brushes, but I have a little skinny brush here. A little extra right there. I must have nudged that or something. Okay. Oh my gosh. I am having the worst time not touching my embossing powder. What is going on? Okay, let's do this while it's still good. Yikes. I've made this thing like 6 times this month, and this is the worst problem I've had. Okay, let's do some heat embossing real quick while it's still in good shape. Now with the WOW embossing powder, you want to be very careful not to overheat it. So as soon as it starts melting, move on to the next area. And make sure not to hold it in one place too long. Just until it heats it, and then move on. And I think that's everyone's really their hardest thing is they come up and they've heated it too long, and now it's all matte because they've heated the shine off of it. So that's what you want to be careful not to do. Just heat it long enough for that shine to get there, and that's it. So I always like to take a little look, make sure I got everything, and it all looks smooth and shiny. Okay. So you can see how that all looks shiny? That's how you know it's done. If it looks grainy, it's not done. And if it looks flat, like there's no embossing powder on it, that's how you know you've heated it too much. So you can see on the Halloween too, it's all nice and shiny. Okay. So we're going to die cut this really quick. I'm gonna bring in my die cutter. And I like this because it's got a little forgiveness around the edges. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. And if you want, you can use this type of thing as a mask to do some sponging and make a little background. Okay, so here's our tag. I'm going to take this tag, just set it on top of my larger tag. We're going to punch a hole through both pieces at the same time. And I just look at that little curly Q right there, and that's where I punch my hole. And then I'm going to fill up my bag. So I need to be strategic. I'm putting my lollipop right in the middle. I'm going to put my M&Ms in the back. That takes up the whole back right there. And then we'll start doing a few little candies on either side. I don't need to see my lollipop. I just want it in the middle. And I'll explain that in a minute. We're going to throw in our Reese's and a mini Snickers. Okay. So I want that lollipop in the middle because I'm going to gather this around that lollipop stick as tight as I can and get all that candy kind of tightly down in there. And then we'll grab our ribbon and we're going to do a half knot. And we're going to do it as close to the bottom as we can, and we're going to do it nice and tight and try to get it as even as we can. Pushing that down nice and tight. And you can see I have one that's kind of on the bottom and one on the top. I'm going to take that bottom one and then put it up through my tag from the back through both tags. Okay. Now we're going to take this one that's not under the tag. We're going to do our loop, bring that around, and just tie it in a bow. Okay, we're not going to do another half knot. We're just going to tie it in a bow, and it should stay perfectly. Okay, I'm going to just trim that little bit of frayed ribbon off that side. And there's our tag. And then we'll take our Happy Halloween. We're going to pop that up with just a couple of dimensionals right about there. It's going to hang off the tag, so you don't want your dimensionals too far on the outside. And I'm just going to put it right there. We already know December 31st is Halloween, so we can cover that. And on this tag, I'm going to use the white stars. That's why you see I don't have many left, because they pop out the best. Put one here, and we'll get a medium star. We'll put that there. Oh, I can't hold my hand still. And then we'll grab a little small star, maybe put it right there. And that is it. Isn't that a cute little Halloween treat? I put my M&M guys upside down. So super cute. You get 20 of the bags, the iridescent bags. You have a spool of ribbon covers it all. And then we get a ton of these stars. How many of these stars? We get 234 stars. That is a lot. Even if you use 3 in there, that is 111 bags you can make with one pack of stars if you use all the different colors. So, and you can switch this out. You could do orange with the petunia pop banner. You could do orange, black, and white, all different patterns for Halloween. You could use lime green, anything you want to do. It's super cute. All right, thanks everybody for stopping by today. And don't forget to click subscribe if you haven't already. Let's see. Hi, Zelda. I see Sherry. Hi, Sherry and Patty. Looks like we got a few people on watching today. Zelda, if you're paying attention, I've sent you a catalog. If you don't have it already, I did mail you one. Yeah, and I think that's it for today. We do have some new things coming in October. I'll be talking about those later. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend, and we'll see you next time. All right, bye everybody.